What's up, it's your boy Ramzan, and we're back in another video, guys. We're doing some scary animations again. So, let's get straight into it. I hope you guys liked my last video, which was Santa animations by Among Us Santa animations. So, yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you won't miss any one of my videos, because I want you to watch all of my videos. And so, let's get into it. Yes, let's go. My Stalker animated true horror.
A few years back, I was a shift manager for a local big box pharmacy and convenience store.
Okay.
It was right across my backyard, and I could probably sprint there in under a minute if I really wanted to. So it really worked out for me. I was in my late 30s. I worked out quite a lot, and while I was fit, I was still a smaller girl. Even though I was married, I would constantly get hit on and asked out. It was pretty flattering, but it always made me feel really awkward.
What do you mean?
Now, this particular store I worked at was in a really weird part of town. It was on the right side of town to attract the Karens, but close enough to the not-so-good side of town to attract the drug addicts, drunks, and psychopaths.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let me say that I'm not someone that gets scared easily. I've had someone high on meth crash their car into the side of the store, causing the back of our store to bend inward because we didn't carry pineapple juice. I had a man pick me up and throw me over his shoulder and start walking out the door with me, saying that I'd make a good wife. Yeah, that's one for another time. Anyways, it all started on a Sunday morning. I remember this because I was really busy building end caps and making sell signs. I was working with my favorite coworker, so the day was flying by and I was really bubbly this day. There was a man and his son that came into the store and they made a beeline for me. The man was probably just a little under 6 foot and he was skinny. The man had dreadlocks and a long skinny silver earring dangling from his ear. He also had this really tan trench coat that I found really odd because it was summer.
Yeah.
Nonetheless though, I had then greeted them and asked if they needed some help. The man spoke with a really thick Jamaican accent, and he said that his GPS stopped working, and he wanted to see if we had any.
No.
I let out a really small laugh, thinking he was messing with me. No, that would be at Best Buy or something.
Yeah.
But we do have a small section of electronics on this wall over here. I indicated the wall to the back of me.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, he said, taking a look, but also keeping his eyes on me. Something about those eyes just really chilled me. He was speaking another language to his son, but I kept going on about my task for the day, and he would call
Konnichiwa. If it's Chinese, konnichiwa.
Talabat Mart. 30-minute grocery delivery. Order now from Talabat Mart. To help him, asking me questions about chargers and SD cards. I answered them, and then he started telling me how beautiful I was. Really awkwardly, I had thanked him. You must work out, yeah? He asked. Yeah, yoga mostly. I replied while getting more and more uncomfortable now. He made some more comments about my body, telling me how he loved my tattoos, and he was just really being a creep. I tried to stay polite though, and eventually I just walked away to do some more work. I started to avoid him, but he was still staring at me. The man had his phone out, and I kept hearing the shuddering of the camera. I went to the office to tell my other coworker that I thought the guy was taking my picture, and I was just really feeling uncomfortable.
What is this guy doing?
He then came out and watched over me. Shortly after my coworker came out, the man and his son then left. By the time the end of my shift came, I forgot about him. A few weeks later, I was up front ringing customers with a different coworker. We were crazy busy that day, but I was the manager on duty. After we got the line down, my coworker then handed me an envelope. What's this? I asked her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some man in dreadlocks told me to give it to you, she said. I took the envelope and I went into my office with it. Inside of the envelope were dozens and dozens of pictures of me. My heart sank. I had no idea that these were taken. Most of them were of me in the store while working, some of me walking home, and some even with me and my daughter. I felt sick. There was also a note with it. It It said something along the lines of, "You're so beautiful. I'm in love with you. I'd be a much better husband than what you have now.
No.
Please give me a chance." There was more to it, but it's in police evidence now. The guy really stupidly left his name and address. I then called our store manager as well as the police. They took our camera footage, my statement, and the pictures and letter. They told him that he really needed to stay away from me, or the next time he's getting arrested and he's banned from the store. I was really relieved, but still really bothered by it. A few more weeks to about a month then went by. It was another really busy Sunday night. It was just myself as the manager on duty, and we had another coworker as my cashier. We were ringing things up together when I noticed a man staring at me. The man was tall with a medium build. He had dreadlocks and he had the same earring and long trench coat as the other man did. This man was really scary. His eyes were just cold and really dead and angry. It felt like they were staring right through my soul. He didn't have anything to purchase, just stood and stared. I tried to smile politely at him, then another wave of customers came. I got lost in helping everyone, but didn't see the man anymore. Even when things calmed down, I still didn't see him. I decided to go start facing the back of the store, and I told my coworker to call me if she needed me. As I was back there, I heard that Jamaican accent and all over. I looked up at the mirror to see that same scary man on the phone. "Yeah, she's here. No, it's just one other girl here with her. I can grab her when she leaves. No problem." I was absolutely horrified. He didn't see me, so I slowly made my way up to the front. I briefly tell my coworker what's going on and then call the police and store manager. The cops took him away.
Good.
A few days later, a detective came to speak to me.
Good.
The two men were brothers. They were abducting women and actually using them for human trafficking. He told me I was really lucky. I later found out that they had apparently found a woman beaten to death in their apartment.
Oh my.
They've both since gone to prison.
No.
This still gives me really bad
sentence,
nightmares.
bro.
What happened to that woman could have easily been me. But thank God it wasn't.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, one more, guys. We're watching one more, okay? Hey yo, second one. Let's go. The shabby apartment.
I am in my mid-40s.
But first, guys, tell me, what do you give the last one? I give that like a good I give that a good 6.5. Yeah, that could be good.
This is what happened nearly 20 years ago. One day, I visited one of my friends at his apartment, which was
Okay.
very old and shabby.
Guys, hey guys, wait a second.
Happened nearly 20 years
Listen.
ago. One day, I visited.
This apartment reminds me of something. Like, do you remember that one where the car one and the village one, where the monster was there? That one was just so scary, and this is the same apartment.
One of my friends at his apartment, which was very old and shabby. There was an entrance to an elevator in the center of the corridor. I can't remember well, but my friend lived in unit 701 or 801 on the 7th or 8th floor.
Okay.
So looking at the apartment building from outside the main entrance, his house was on the far left end.
Okay.
One summer day, my friend said he was alone and didn't have any plans. So we called two of our friends and had a drinking party. The four of us had been drinking since the early evening, and just before passing out, we all lied on the floor, turned the
come
lights off,
on.
and started talking.
Don't drink.
While talking to each other, a beam of street light entered through the window
The heck?
and was shining
Hey, is this a prison? There are bars on the
on the ceiling. I guess the street lights on the first floor of the apartment complex were on. Of course, we were talking while gazing at the ceiling. All of a sudden, the white ceiling turned black, as if something covered up the light.
Oh.
At that moment, we looked out the window while crouching down. someone with a creepy vibe was hanging on a steel bar outside the window. Since the light was shining from behind that person, we could not see his face clearly. Then, after making an unidentifiable gesture, he smiled, showing his white teeth without making a sound. We were so shocked at that moment that we stopped talking and were frozen with silence. Suddenly, one of us picked up an empty bottle of wine and ran toward the window shouting, "Kill that bastard!" But the creepy guy had disappeared. After a few minutes, we went out of the apartment to see where he had gone, but we could not find him.
Why people be investigating? Why people? See, the black man's not here. Why
We
people?
could only
Hashtag
hear
don't
his stomping
investigate.
footsteps and assumed he entered the corridor and went down the stairs.
Oh,
Going
you.
down the stairs is the
If
only way
I was in
that
that
stomping
situation,
sound could be
I'm
made.
calling the police.
It sounded like he descended to the first floor and was walking around. So we followed down the stairs looking for him, but quickly returned to the apartment, still filled with fear.
God.
At first, we thought it must have been a robber or some crazy guy laughing in front of the window. But when we came back to our friend's house, we were all shocked. The distance between the end of the corridor and the window of our friend's apartment was too long for someone hanging onto the steel window bar to jump across. Only a crazy person would try and fall to their death. Ordinary people can't even hold on to the steel bar. We thought that maybe someone had committed suicide by jumping from the roof of the apartment and caught the steel bar while falling. So we went down to the first floor to see if a body was there, but there wasn't a single trace. After that experience, I never visited his house again.
You better.
I am a 19-year-old male, and this happened many years ago when I was very young. To give you an idea of the layout of our house back then, the living room has multiple windows that directly look out onto the back garden. There's a big gate in our driveway to
We ain't
stop
doing the
anyone
red
from
color
getting in.
lights, bro.
Next to
No.
the living room is the kitchen, which also has more windows, but also the back door. This will be relevant to this story.
Back
So
door.
my mother was completing the household chores as she does one day. I was sitting in the living room watching television on the sofa with my back to the living room windows. All of a sudden, I saw a figure reflecting off of the picture frame hanging on the wall opposite the window.
No.
I asked my mom if my dad was back from work,
No.
to which she said no.
No.
Never ever forget the look of horror on her face when I told her that yes, he was. He's in the garden. She looked outside the window and almost had a heart attack when she saw a scruffy-looking but fairly built man outside the living room window.
Oh.
This didn't seem to faze him at all, though. He psychotically smiled at my mother through the glass, and my mom asked him what he was doing on our property. He said nothing, with the same sadistic smirk on his face. She said that she was going to call the police, and what he said is one of the scariest things I've ever heard.
I'll kill you.
He screamed at my mother through the glass that if she even got her phone out, that he would break the glass. She did not know
Oh my
what
god,
to do.
guys.
She paused and tried to rapidly think of what to do next, how to keep us both safe. She wanted to protect me by calling the police, but she also didn't want him to hurt me if she did try to call them. As soon as he saw that she was terrified, he ran for the back door. Luckily, it was locked because my mom has always been a paranoid person, so she always locks the doors.
Thank the Lord.
He screamed at her to let him in, or if she didn't, he'd find a way in and kill us both.
Thank the Lord.
My mother told him to fuck off, which enraged him, and he pulled out a pocket knife and began bashing hard against the windows. I was still oblivious to what was happening, as I just thought it was my dad. I was very young.
The-
My mom frantically grabbed me,
The
and I don't mean picked me up. She literally grabbed grabbed me
You're
off
gone
the sofa
crazy.
and booked it up the stairs. We were backing up in the upstairs hallway, looking for anywhere to hide, when my mom's younger brother popped out of his room with his headphones
He's
on.
both.
My mom
He's
didn't
both.
even realize he was home, and he clearly didn't hear the commotion downstairs because of his headphones. My uncle was 25 at the time and was really well built.
Oh, yeah.
He's intimidated a lot
Gotta
of
get the
people.
muscle
My
out of
mom
you.
cried and told him that there's a guy who's trying to break in. While she's telling him this, that creepy lunatic screamed from downstairs that he was in the house.
Holy.
He said cynically, "Boogeyman is coming out to get you," which really freaked me out. It freaked me out so much
That ain't true.
that I actually remember that to this day. Anyway, since the guy didn't know my uncle was home, he kept yelling and telling us to come out and that it wouldn't be painful. My uncle told us to lock ourselves in the bathroom and call the police. We did, and after 5 minutes of groaning and blatant violence downstairs, the police stormed in and found the guy bloodied and my uncle on top of him, beating him mercilessly. My uncle really didn't hold back. Turns out that he was a known pedophile, which is why he was watching me for so long while I was watching TV. After that day, my mom was terrified to be home alone at the house. I loved it as a child because I found the running and hiding fun. Obviously, because I was young. I can never thank my uncle enough for being there at the right time when my mother
You
clearly
guys
forgot
would've
that he was still home.
There.
It honestly gives me chills, wondering what he would have done to my mother and myself if my uncle was not there.
Holy. Oh my. Okay guys, I'm gonna end this video here. Sorry if it's too early, but I'm gonna make another video today. So maybe 3 videos today. I don't know, I'll make a lot of videos. So guys, as always, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification button to make sure you never miss any one of my videos, because I want you to watch all of my videos. And please comment down below what thing you want to react to and what game you want me to play. Please comment it. Ooh, okay, good Friday. I mean goodbye, but good Friday.